Hello and welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show you one of the most powerful tools within FL Studio. It's a synthesizer program called Flex. It's particularly useful for beginners who perhaps are just teaching themselves to write songs and to create songs because it's got a ton of great pre-built synthesizer tones and sounds and what have you that make it easy even for beginners with little to no knowledge of music theory to create some pretty interesting stuff. So let me go ahead and show you a little bit about Flex. So right now I'm in an empty template. I'm going to add Flex to the channel rack, and I can do that one of two ways. I can hit the plus key, which will bring up um, plugins and what have you that I can put in the channel rack. And you can see Flex as a choice down here under Synth Classic. I can also get it in the channel rack by right-clicking on Sampler, then select Replace, and then select Flex. I'm going to use that because I want to get rid of the sampler anyways. When it opens up, you're going to see that there are lots and lots of presets defaults to this ArcSun cityscape, which are a lot of very kind of involved synthesizer type patterns. A lot of them pretty fun. Then they have a general MIDI library, which is more kind of standard instruments, as well as some pretty crazy sound effects. They have what they call a synth pluck, which when we listen to some of these, you'll understand why they call it pluck. But you can get some very very nice sounding notes and what have you using the synth pluck. Then you have 808 bass. So for you R&B folks or hip hop folks, you're probably going to be using a lot of 808. And then this Old continuum, more sort of kind of crazy stuff, if you will. So let me go back to the general MIDI library and just let me show you how this works. So I'm going to start with, let's say, an accordion. Now, once I have that selected, if I go to piano roll, this will open up the piano roll, and I can hear what this flex instrument I've picked sounds like. Now, if you can't see your channel rack and you're playing around with Flex trying to find, your favorite synthesizer sound, just hit channel rack, click on the button, if you will, where Flex is, and you'll go back to the menu. So here I can change, let's say, from an accordion to an alto sax. And then once you're in here, you can start hitting keys to get an idea of what these different instruments sound like. So again, to bring Flex back up, you could go here. Here's a sound effect. It's going to sound like applause. Here is, more instruments, car crash, more sound effects, cello, very nice cello sound here. So lots and lots of stuff you can do. Again, if I bring this back up, if I go to synth pluck, like I mentioned, synth pluck is a very unique sound, but kind of a nice sound. So let me pick one of these, and you get an idea of what a synth pluck um, synthesizer would sound like. If I go back to this first menu, ArcSun Cityscape, you can do a lot of very interesting sounding stuff, something like this haunting hour, which's got, a lot of really kind of creepy tones and what have you. Now, if I actually click in the piano roll, create notes, then you'll see that, you've got notes here. Then I can hit the pattern play and you'll hear that. I can change things on the fly. So if I bring back up the channel rack and say, don't really want haunting hour, let's try fairy sparkle. Then you can change that on the fly and just kind of sample how these different things sound. So that's the basics of Flex. Like I said, a very powerful tool. It comes with FL Studio. And again, if you're a beginner and don't know much about music theory, I would suggest playing around with Flex. You can make and create some interesting sounding things, some pretty beautiful sounding things, without really knowing a whole lot about music. So just kind of play with it, use your ear, find something you like, and start creating. So thank you. I appreciate everybody watching. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe. There'll be lots more videos coming. And again, my goal on the channel is to help you learn, kind of fundamental stuff that's going to help you start using FL Studio and enjoying it as quickly as possible. So thanks again.